Good morning.
Morning.
So, curiosity about the universe and other worlds has been one of the few constants in the history of humankind. According to the 2009 Smithsonian's Atlas of Space Exploration, and this can be seen all throughout our known history, by our ancestors' fascinations with the stars and the cosmos. And as you can see here, in these ancient artifacts and ruins, they align with the stars. They are, they have cosmic influence. So, how many of you all in the audience have ever looked up at the sky at night and just wondered about all the possibilities? Well, I know I do all the time, and I know for a fact our ancestors did. And the more I look, the more answers and more questions I have. And I think everybody does. So, today I will be discussing the possibility of extraterrestrials. And I know what you all are thinking. How on earth is God going to sway me to believe in the possibility of extraterrestrials? Well, what I'm here to show you today is a line of reasoning and what is to be considered life, at least what we are interested in, and the prevailing scientific viewpoint when talking about the probability of extraterrestrial life. And hopefully, by the end, you will consider the possibilities of life beyond our Earth. To give you some background as to the extent of our known universe, we are on Earth, and we are part of a solar system which consists of planets around a star. And this is not uncommon. Our star system is part of many star systems in a much larger structure called the Milky Way galaxy, and this galaxy structure is not uncommon either. It's part of a vast amount of galaxies called our known universe. And according to NASA.gov on October 13, 2016, they estimated there are 2 trillion galaxies in the known universe. And here's a picture to go along with that thought. Oh, right here. As you can see, just unimaginable amount of galaxies. Some bigger, some smaller than our own. We have 200 billion star systems in our galaxy, but something of significance to take from this is exactly that. There are approximately 2 trillion galaxies in the known universe. And one like our own Milky Way galaxy contains 100 billion star systems according to space.com. And this is a fact. Doing some simple math, that's a 2 with 23 zeros behind it of star systems in the known universe. So saying that we are the only intelligent beings would be quite selfish. That's like going fishing, not catching a fish, and then coming up with the conclusion that there are no fish in the ocean. But we still have some searching to do in order to prove for a fact that there are intelligent beings like us out there. But the probability is very high. We just have to check 2 trillion star systems to find out. Got to keep on fishing. So, patience is the only answer to finding extraterrestrials, which, being science-minded like myself, is not if extraterrestrials exist, but when we will find them. And according to planetary.org, humans have been broadcasting radio waves into deep space for about 100 years now. And just to show the extent of this broadcast, with hopes of a return broadcast if someone is listening, is this little blue dot right here. That's as far as we broadcasted out in our Milky Way galaxy. So we have a long way to go. A long way to go before anybody even could hear anything that we might have sent out. But before we get into that, what actually can be considered life or life that we are interested in? Well, for the sake of science, you can consider slime as a form of life without getting into too much detail. But I don't think that this is the type of life we are waiting to pop up out of the night sky. We are looking for intelligent life. Life that can communicate and that is technologically advanced enough to try and make contact with us as well. According to the 2002 Oxford Astronomy Encyclopedia, there is even an equation that was developed around this concept of intelligent life. And it was introduced by the astronomer named Frank Drake. Now, what it says is the number of civilizations in our galaxy which communicate, with which communication is possible, is directly proportional to the average rate of star formation per year in our galaxy, the fraction of those stars that have planets, the average number of those planets that may develop an ecosystem, the fraction of those planets that succeed in developing life, the fraction of those planets with the life that develop intelligent life, the fraction of those planets with the intelligent life that develop interstellar communication, and the average length of time such civilizations survive and continue to send communications. And this is from SETI.org, teamseti.org, and you can check this out online. But now I don't want to bore you with all the math by putting in numbers, because that just throws everybody off. So even if the answer is 1, and we are the only ones in the Milky Way galaxy, that still leaves 1,999,999,999,999 more galaxies, just like this. All of those we have to check before we can come to a conclusion whether there's life or not. So don't just take my word for it. There have been world-renowned astrophysicists that's dedicated their whole life to finding intelligent life that can communicate with us, and many of these scientists formed an institute named SETI, which stands for the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And they have an array of radio telescopes listening in on different parts of the night sky for possible extraterrestrial signals. And you can see some of these telescopes. They point them in the sky at different places and just listen. Listen to something that's not, that could be man-made. So one of the scientists is named Carl Sagan. And he helped develop the SETI Institute with the man I just mentioned before, Frank Drake, with the Drake equation. And according to the 1994 Cambridge Atlas of Astronomy, Carl Sagan developed different ways to send messages out so that if there was some intelligent being out there in the cosmos looking or listening, they would eventually find us.